please tell us about your activities you did yesterday and this morning, ma'am?
Today's activities, I tell today's activities, sir.
Okay.
Respected sir, I am Uma from Ranipet. I would like to share my today's activities. I wake up at 5 o'clock. I sit in meditation for half an hour. After that, I completed my natural activities. Then I do yoga. 15 minutes. I walk 15 minutes. Then I take my bath. I pray to God. I pluck the flowers. I do the puja. I prepare coffee. I drink coffee along with my husband. My mother-in-law drinks ragi malt. It is good for health. Then I prepare breakfast. I make sandwich, carrot sandwich. After that, I prepare sometime learning English. I go to market. I bring vegetables. Vegetables put in the fridge. Then I attend the class, sir.
That was so great. You have presented your views very well, ma'am. Well, all the activities we perform regularly, there are two important variations. One variation goes this way. Something that happens regularly, often, recurrently, we express that in one particular tense. Something that has already happened, expressed in one particular tense. Something that happened in the past. We have two different variations, simple past and present perfect tense. For instance, waking up early in the morning and going to the market, bringing vegetables, doing yoga, and being helpful in the family, to the family members, and making breakfast for the family members, getting ready for the class. All these things actually can be expressed from past tense point of view as well as present simple tense point of view. When you express them, today I think all your sentences come under present simple tense, which means
Yes.
you expressed as you do every day, all the activities.
Yes.
Yeah, these are the habitual actions, or these are the actions that happen regularly in your life.
Yes.
When I ask you to tell me about something that happened in the past, you should express in V2 format. V2 means, for example, I go to the market to bring vegetables. Here go becomes went, because action was done already. If you want to say, నేను మార్కెట్కి వెళ్ళాను, దిస్ వెళ్ళాను is over. నేను మార్కెట్కి వెళతాను ప్రతిరోజు. That happens every day. So I go to market, నేను మార్కెట్కి వెళతాను. నేను మార్కెట్కి వెళ్ళాను, I went to the market. So some verbal change is needed here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I prepared breakfast, or I made breakfast. I made coffee. నేను కాఫీ త్రాగాను, I drank or I had coffee along with my husband.
I tell about yesterday activities, sir.
Yeah. Like that, you will definitely overcome this. No problem, ma'am. It is going to be easy task. Only thing is, you will have to alter the verb forms, which actually must be expressed in V2 format. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at day 2 task of these free spoken English classes. So what are the activities to be finished? You did well yesterday, and you have given a great deal of ideas about yourself, family, father, mother, your learning experiences. Wow, awesome. So with this spirit and confidence, let us enter the second day and see what is there in store for us. Okay. I believe you are able to see my screen. Is my screen visible?
Covered. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Can you read that, ma'am? This is
Topics to be covered.
yes.
Speaking contractions.
Yes. Topics to be covered. The first Roman number is speaking contractions. So in speaking, contractions play a very major role. Major role means very important role.
Yes.
We speak English with shortened forms. We don't speak English with loose forms such as I am an English teacher. We don't say like that. We say I am can be I am. I am an English teacher. You are uh, you are a learner. See, this is very difficult. But in speaking, we need to speak fast. Fast in the sense we need to make sentences quickly. You plus or becomes you are. So this is the process which is called making contractions. Contractions is very important in spoken English. Please write down the first Roman number which is present here. You will have as many as 10 contractions. It plus would, it becomes itted. You plus would becomes you. It plus is again its. Here plus is again his. Here is he plus would is he'd. He plus had again is he'd. Two formats for one contraction. Number 6, I plus had, I'd,
I'd.
we plus had, we'd,
We'd.
he plus is, his, she plus is, she's, they plus are, there.
They are.
Yeah.
కొంచెం డిఫికల్ట్ గా ఉన్నాయి సార్.
It's not difficult, ma'am. It's very easy. All these expressions we use daily.
Okay.
But the contraction actually for the first one is it apostrophe D.
IT.
Have you finished writing down all the 10, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now let us do practice. Spoken English comes with practice, okay? So we need to speak and practice. The natural version is on the left side with plus. It would, you would, it is, here is, he would, or he had, I had, we had, he is, she
is. They are.
This is how we usually make write sentences, and the way we speak actually reflects this kind of model. But on the right side you come across it apostrophe D. That is the one important aspect which we need to pick to develop spoken English. Okay, so from now onwards you are not going to say it would be easy. If you want to say something about a task, is it difficult? No, it would be easy.
Yes.
It would be. It would be. Please repeat after me. It would be.
It'd be.
It would be.
It'd be.
Yes. You.
It would. It
You.
would mean
Second one. You.
you would.
That's it. Third one. It's.
It's.
4. Here's.
Years.
Here's.
Hears.
Number 5. He'd.
He'd.
See, for the fifth one, 2 applications are there. When you make sentences, you might have to understand he apostrophe D can be 2 variants. You don't assume that it is only one single application. It is of 2 applications. One application is he would. Another application is he had. It could be any other word. It could be anything. When we speak, we should be knowing whether we are using this he'd with the point of view of he would or he had. So we should be clear about it. I will explain where he would is used and where he had is used. Simple thing. He would is used in future tense and past tense. After who would, you will have verb first form. For example,
Okay.
he is your cousin. He said he would come this evening to Ranipet to meet your family members. So Sarah asks you, when will your cousin come? You would answer this way. He'd come this evening. He'd come this evening. In the place of will, you use would. Okay.
Yes.
In future tense. He would come can be said as he'd come. That is one application. Okay. Would is used in the past tense also. For example, he would come here when he was 10 years old. Means there was a boy nearby your house who always came to your house to eat some sugar sweets in your house. Because he was very lovable boy. He every time he came to your house in the morning, you gave him sweets, fruit, anything that you had. You would say he would come to our house when we were in Guntur. You can express in the past tense also. That is he plus would context. Okay. I will tell you the next format after oblique for the fifth one. Oblique, that is he plus had. Where would it come? He had actually is used in past perfect tense, one of the tenses. That is
Okay.
past perfect tense. Subject, that is he, plus had, that is auxiliary verb or helping verb. Later, you will use verb third form. Verb third form means, for example, he had gone. He had gone. This gone is verb third form of
Yes.
go. So there are three forms we use. Go. Past tense is went. And past participle or V3 form is gone. So he had gone. You have to understand very clearly. If you use he would, that is he'd, after would we will have to keep V1 form. For example, when will your cousin come? Your answer to Sar's question is he would come this evening. Would come. Come is V1 form. Okay. We will use V1 form there. Whereas if you say he'd come, that means future tense or past tense. But in the past tense, we can use past perfect tense. అంటే past perfect tense అనేది ఎప్పుడో చానాల క్రితం జరిగినటువంటి పనికి ఉపయోగిస్తాం అనేటువంటిది మనకు తెలుసు చాలా వరకు. లాంగ్ ఎగో ఒక పని జరిగిందని చెప్పడానికి ఆ పని ఉపయోగిస్తాం. హీ హ్యాడ్ గోన్ అని చెప్పాలి అంటే దాని అర్థం వెళ్ళిపోయాడు, ఎప్పుడో చానాల క్రితం వెళ్ళిపోయాడు. హీ హ్యాడ్ గోన్. సో హ్యాడ్ తరువాత వర్బ్ థర్డ్ ఫామ్ ఉంటుంది. దీనికి దానికి వ్యత్యాసం అది. ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ కి హ్యాడ్ కి వుడ్ తర్వాత వర్బ్ ఫస్ట్ ఫామ్ రావాలి, హ్యాడ్ తర్వాత V3 ఫామ్ రావాలి. V3 ఫామ్ అంటే వర్బ్ మనకి యూజువల్ గా వర్బ్ ఫస్ట్ ఫామ్, వర్బ్ సెకండ్ ఫామ్, వర్బ్ థర్డ్ ఫామ్ అని డివైడ్ చేస్తాం. కొంతమంది V5 కూడా డివైడ్ చేస్తారు. ప్రైమర్లీ వి జస్ట్ ఫర్ అవర్ కన్వీనియన్స్ వి డివైడ్ ద వర్బ్స్ ఇంటూ V1, V2 and
To with.
did you understand now? You will come across such sentences. Number 6, I had can be I'd. Please say that.
I'd.
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 Yes, I'd. Next,
I'd.
we plus had again. It could be we would or we had. Okay. If you say we would, V1 verb first form comes afterward. If you say, but you know, in the right side, the application of weed is it could be two expressions. ఇట్ ఈస్ అప్ టు యూ. అది మీ ఆలోచన బట్టి ఉపయోగించే విధానం బట్టి తెలుసుకోవాలి. ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఒకేసారి వీడ్ అన్నారు అనుకోండి, అది వి వుడ్ అనా వి హ్యాడ్ అనా అనేటువంటిది మీకే తెలియాలి. అర్థం కావాలి అంటే మీరు వుడ్ ప్రక్కన V1 ఉపయోగిస్తే అది మీరు వుడ్ ఉపయోగించారు, యూ హ్యావ్ యూస్డ్ వుడ్. లేదు హ్యాడ్ ఉపయోగించారు అని వాళ్ళు అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి అంటే ఆ హ్యాడ్ ప్రక్కన V3 ఫామ్ రావాలి. అట్లా అనమాట. సో ద వర్బ్ దట్ ఈస్ యూస్డ్ డిటర్మిన్స్ ద నేచర్ ఆఫ్ ద సెంటెన్స్. కానీ మనం మాట్లాడేటప్పుడు చాలా వేగంగా వీడ్ అంటాం. వీడ్ అనగానే అక్కడ వుడ్ వచ్చిందా హ్యాడ్ వచ్చిందా? నాకు ఇంగ్లీష్ తెలుసు అనుకోండి, నేను అనుకుంటాను ఓకే మ్యామ్ షార్ట్ ఫామ్ లో యూజ్ చేశారు, కానీ ఈవిడ ఏ టెన్స్ లో చెప్పారు విల్ కమ్ టుమారో అన్నారు. ఓకే కమ్ అంటే వుడ్ తర్వాత ఇది ఫ్యూచర్ టెన్స్. ఎస్ ఆమె రేపు వస్తారు వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్ తో. విల్ గో దేర్, వీడు గాన్ దేర్ అన్నారు. వీడు గాన్ దేర్ అంటే అక్కడ డ్ అనే శబ్దం తర్వాత గాన్ వచ్చింది అంటే అది V3 ఫామ్ అంటే ఈమె పాస్ట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ టెన్స్ లో యూజ్ చేశారు అంటే పాస్ట్ టెన్స్ సంబంధించింది అది. సో వెన్ విల్ యువర్ లిసనర్ అండర్స్టాండ్ వెదర్ యూ హ్యావ్ యూజ్డ్ విత్ he would point of we would point of view or we had point of view based on the verb that you choose. It is V1 form is used after would, V3 form is used after had. This is very important. Okay, please repeat after me. Weed.
Weed.
Next, he's. He's.
He's.
Number 8, he's.
She's.
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 For instance, you want to tell about your daughter-in-law. She is our daughter-in-law. She is. You will not say from now onwards like that. You will use
Yes.
contracted version. She is a daughter-in-law. She is.
She.
And
Our
you,
daughter-in-law.
you want to introduce your son and daughter-in-law to me. Then how will you say? By showing, look, by pointing out and showing them towards me. He is my son. He is. You will not say, he is my son. You will not use that blocked language. Okay.
Okay.
Next, number 10. They are can be they are.
They are.
They are.
They.
ఇద్దరు నా లైఫ్ అని చెప్పాలి మీరు. You want to say that they are my life. Isn't it? You have only one son. You love him very much, and your daughter-in-law, cute boy. So they are my life. You would say they are.
They are my life.
Oh. Please repeat after me. They are.
There.
They are.
They
You
are.
they are. You will not
They
say
are.
like that. Simply you say they are.
There.
They are.
There.
So,
There.
yeah, let's do this drill once again. Itid. First one, itid.
Itid.
You'd.
You'd.
It's.
It's.
Here is.
Is.
He'd.
He'd. He'd.
Hide.
Hide.
Weed.
Weed.
He's.
He's.
She's.
He's.
They are.
There.
Fantastic. We are done with this one and let's take a look at the second one. Can you please read this? Roman number 2.
Vocabulary drill.
Yeah.
Borrow. Boss. Bottle. Cottage. Receipt. Chop. Hope. Hop. Hop. Knowledge.
10. Number 10.
అయినే ఉన్నాయి సార్ కొంచెం స్లైడ్ కొంచెం
Is it not visible? I think you have to adjust your screen resolution on your screen.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్ ఎఫెక్ట్స్ వాంట్
Yeah. So these are the words to maximize your vocabulary. These are the words they usually peep into our communication. Okay. Practice them. Borrow. Please repeat after me. Borrow.
బారో
Boss.
బాస్
Bottle.
బాటిల్
చూడండి మనం యూజువల్ గా బాటిల్ ఇట్లా యూజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాం కానీ దాన్ని మనం అంత విడిగా సుదీర్ఘంగా చెప్పకూడదు. బాటిల్
బాటిల్
చివరికి వచ్చి నొక్కేసేయాలి. ఆ టీ అనేటువంటి ఎల్ అనే అనే శబ్దం చాలా తక్కువగా చెప్పాలి. బాటిల్.
బాటిల్
కాటేజ్.
కాటేజ్
కాటేజ్.
కాటేజ్
అఫిక్స్.
అఫెక్ట్స్
అఫిక్స్ అంటే అర్థం ఏంటండి? టు ఫిక్స్ అంటే టు పే సంథింగ్. అఫిక్స్.
రిపీట్ అగైన్ సార్
అఫిక్స్ అంటే ఐ జస్ట్ రైట్ డౌన్.
టెల్ మీ
1 second, ma'am.
ఓకే
Few. Affix.
Yeah. You can see this, I believe. Here, you please learn the pronunciation also. UK. Affix. Is it visible? Is my dictionary visible? Cambridge Dictionary.
విజిబుల్ సార్ విజిబుల్
Fix.
Can you please repeat after him? Learn pronunciation of this word.
Affix.
అఫెక్ట్స్
Affix.
అఫెక్ట్స్ అఫెక్ట్స్
Yeah. Can you read this definition for that?
To fix one thing to another,
That's it. Yeah. She affixed a stamp to the envelope
to the envelope.
to fix something to something else. This is a fix.
Affix.
Can you find the vertical bar here, a small stroke, vertical
Yes.
bar? This is actually stress marker. That indicates we need to emphasize, we need to give some stress on that. That's it, okay? So, next, let's take a look at this word. First of all, write down these words. Term number 2, the title is vocabulary drill.
Sorry. Over, sir.
Now, let's take a look at the words and their pronunciation. Okay. The task is you find the definitions and their concerned example sentences afterwards. That's your homework. Okay. After the session, you can do that. What is borrow? What is boss? Let us take a look at the pronunciation aspect. Shall we? Listen to this. I will play this for twice, maybe twice.
Borrow.
So let's listen to US English pronunciation.
Borrow.
R.
Repeat after him. Borrow,
Borrow. Bar.
Borrow.
borrow.
Bar. Bar.
And
Borrow.
what is the next word, ma'am? What is the next word? Among 10 words, what is the next one?
Bus.
Boss.
Boss.
Say it 3 times.
Boss.
Right. Next, yes. Next word, please.
Bottle. Bottle.
Bottle.
What did he say? Bottle.
Bottle.
Bottle. We say bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it? It's bottle. Bottle.
Bottle. Bottle.
So everybody should pronounce for 3 times, okay?
Bottle. Bottle. Bottle.
Next word, please.
Cottage.
Spelling, please.
COTTAGE.
Listen.
Cottage.
What do we say usually? Cottage, 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 age becomes, but here it's not age.
Okay.
Cottage.
Listen to it properly. You understand? Cottage, cottage, cottage.
Cottage.
Yeah, not tage. It is tis. Cottage,
Cottage.
cottage.
Cottage. Cottage.
Cottage.
Next word.
Cottage.
Please.
FX. FX.
It's over. Affix is over.
Okay. Receipt.
Receipt. Huh?
Receipt.
You said receipt. Oh, that sound comes. But in this, actually, there is no pa sound. You see, listen to it properly.
Okay.
Receipt.
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 Yes.
Receipt.
We usually say in the word P is present. That's why we sometimes tend to say receipt. Receipt.
Receipt.
Ta sound actually combined, but there is no pa sound in the actual pronunciation.
Receipt.
Receipt.
Next word, please.
Receipt. Chop. Chop. Chop.
Is it chop or chop?
Chop.
Chop.
Not chop, even it's chop. Chop.
Chop. Chop. Chop.
Chop.
Chop.
Yes, to cut something into pieces with an axe, knife, or other sharp instrument. In the kitchen, you chop the carrots, right?
Yeah. Chop. Chop.
Next one.
Hop.
H-O-P.
Hop.
Hop means
Yes.
hop.
Not hope or hop, it's ha, awu. Hop.
Hop.
H-A-A-P, hop. Just how you say H-A-A-P, hop. Just like that you have to pronounce. Hop.
Hop. Hop.
Hop. To jump on one foot or to move about in this way. For instance, a bird. When you want to offer biscuit pieces to a crow that comes to the door nearby our house, then it hops towards you. గెంతుకుంటూ ముందుకు వస్తుంది రెండు కాళ్ళ మీద. That's called hopping. Next word.
Knowledge. Knowledge.
knowledge,
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Repeat after this.
knowledge,
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
knowledge,
Knowledge. Knowledge.
Knowledge.
knowledge,
Knowledge.
Right. Next one.
Want.
want,
Want.
Want.
Some stress. We don't directly say want casually. We will just stress on the first sound. Want. Say-
Want.
Yes, want.
Want.
Say that twice, thrice, 2 times, 3 times. Please say that. Want.
Want. Want.
Again.
Want.
Good. Fantastic. Come with this task too. Have you
Yes, sir.
finished? Have you finished all these words?
Yes, sir. 10 words.
Yes. Shall we go to the next one?
Making.
Roman number 2, making requests. In this day 2 context, we are going to learn how we can make requests. Firstly, what we have done today, we have done 2 tasks. Task 1, task 1 is on contractions, how we can make contractions, how they are going to be useful to speak a fluent English with some richness. Okay. The next task was on vocabulary. So vocabulary, we learn vocabulary usually when we read the newspaper or else listen to something audio and watch some videos, but we tend to forget them. The problem is pronunciation. We have practiced 10 words, so they are going to be useful for us. The third task will be making requests. This is very essential because in day-to-day life, we meet people, we have to be very clear about how to make requests. Unless we know well, we might make mistakes. People might understand us to be impolite, and sometimes they might label us as uncivilized, right? Uncultured. They might also say, oh, bad people, they don't have any common sense, something like that. In order to avoid any such misunderstandings, our language is a vehicle with which we can win the friends and people in this world. So requests should be beautiful and meaningful. Let's take a look at that. Please write down. The first thing is, how can we ask people to do something for us? We make requests in terms of getting things done. For instance, you want to ask your mother-in-law to bring a glass of water because you are attending the class. That is something that is to be done for you, right? So what are the ways? Polite ways are there, most polite ways are there, and the least polite ways are there. Why most polite and least polite ways should be learned? When we know there is some darkness, we don't go there, isn't it? So we want to be in the light, broad daylight, under light. So light and dark. Similarly, goodness and bad qualities. So when we are polite, people like us. When we are not polite, people hate us. We don't want to be hated. We want to be liked. We want to be treated nicely. Okay. So when we know what is the bad way in which we cannot make a request, we will stop doing that. Okay. So when we know what is the best way with which people become pleased, then we can go for that. Okay. Now please write down these sentences, making requests, and this part also completely. Yeah. Making requests, title, write down this 8 sentences are there, and we will understand.
Do you think give me the book? I wonder if you could give me the book. I wonder if you could give me the book. Would you mind giving the book for me? For me? If you could give me the book, I he'd be very great. It'd be very great. If you could give me the book, could you please give me the book? Give me the book. Sir, start చేసేదా?
No, ma'am, you have this much of time.
Okay, sir. Give me the book. Will you give me the book? Can you give me the book? Would you please give me the book? Do you think you could give me? Do you think you could give me the book? I wonder if you could give me the book. Would you mind giving the book for me? If you could give me the book, it would be very great. Please give me the book. Give me the book. You give me the book. Can you give the book? Give me the book. Would you please give me the book? Do you think you could give me the book? Would you mind? I wonder if you could give me the book. I wonder if you could give me the book. Would you mind giving the book for me? Would you mind giving the book for me?
Yes, your time's up, ma'am.
It will be great. Give me the book. Will you give me the book? Can you give me the book? Could you please give me the book? Do you think could you give me the book? I wonder if you give me the book.
You are taking a look at that.
Last లో
Close
చూస్తున్నాను
the book, ma'am. Close the book.
ఓకే ఫస్ట్ నుంచి చెప్తాను సార్ మళ్ళీ
Yeah, please go ahead.
ఓకే సార్ గివ్ మీ ద బుక్ విల్ యూ గివ్ మీ ద బుక్ కెన్ యూ గివ్ మీ ద బుక్ కుడ్ యూ ప్లీజ్ గివ్ మీ ద బుక్ డూ యూ థింక్ కుడ్ యూ గివ్ మీ ద బుక్ ఐ వండర్ if you could give me the book, if you don't mind, could you give me the book for me? The book for me. If you could you give me the book, he'd be very grateful.
Oh, great. So you have tried your level best. Thank you, ma'am, so much, ma'am. No problem. Now let's take a look at the fourth activity. Can you please read it?
Could you please give me the book?
Yeah. Let's take a look at the fourth activity, ma'am.
Oh, thank
The
you.
title,
Could you let-
number 4 activity, writing and speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have got 7 sentences here. Please make a note of them. Keep writing down all the sentences. How will you ask your friend to close the window? Based on requests. Now this is an activity. Okay. How will you ask your friend to close the window? Second one, how will you write to the principal of the college you last attended for a conduct certificate? How will you ask your neighbor to buy some postage stamps? How will you ask your uncle to lend you his umbrella? How will you ask your little brother to lend you his bicycle? How will you ask your father to post a letter? How will you ask your mother to buy something from the market? That's it.
I wrote down.
This
I
is
write down.
homework, ma'am.
Sir?
This is homework for you.
Okay, okay.
Based on the request. These are all context scenarios. All you have to do is you will write an example sentence Let's
Okay.
look at the first one. How will you ask your friend to close the window? For friend, you can use will, you can use can. These two words can be possible. Similarly, next scenario. How will you write to the principal? Look at the person. Second example is principal.
Principal.
The third one, who is there in the third example, third scenario?
How
Neighbor.
will you ask your neighbor?
Neighbor is there. So we should be very, clear with the neighbors. Sometimes they feel offended. Sometimes they can be flexible. It all depends on how we have good connections and relationship. Number four, who is there in the fourth scenario?
How
Uncle.
will you ask your uncle?
Yes, uncle means we can be free with uncle, right? And uncle can be different. Is it a maternal uncle or paternal uncle or in-laws uncle?
Yeah.
So we should be knowing the accordingly we should write this sentence. And number five, who is there in the fifth scenario?
How will you ask your little brother?
Little brother. So little brother is is our own. So we don't have to worry much. Six, who is there in the sixth?
How will you ask your father?
Father means we need to be polite. Sometimes in a very friendly way based on the relay. Some fathers are friendly with the kids. So in such case, they can be very flexible. They take it for granted. Doesn't mean they don't respect father. They respect, but they are they are not so formal in talking to their parents. Seven, who is there in the seventh sentence scenario? Mother.
How will you ask your mother?
Mother. So mother is there. I think it is going to be an easy task for you. This is task 2 as your homework. Will you be able to do, ma'am? Next one, keep the title. Roman number 5, grammar and usage. What is grammar? We always become confused with grammar. So I want to learn grammar. People say, how much grammar should you learn? How many days will you learn? Some people have complained endlessly. I learned many grammar topics, but I don't use in speaking. Some students come to us, they yell at us, sir, we have so many grammar books, but I am very, I am speechless. When people talk to me, I can't speak in English. Let's take a look at grammar. Is not just grammar, but how is it used? That's the context here, okay? Grammar and its application is the point. Making questions, oral drills, presentations. You need to make questions for the following statements and you need to orally practice, finally present. That's the topic, okay?
Okay.
How many sentences will we have, ma'am? There are 9 sentences, okay? So first one, can you please read?
You can wait these letters.
You can weigh these letters. So the simple way to write the question I'll show you here. Bring this can and keep this here. That means the verb comes first.
Yeah. Can you?
Can you? Then the sentence will become a question automatically. You
Okay.
please write the next part of the sentence. Weigh these letters. Since it's a question, according to punctuation marks, we will have to use question mark. So this is the kind of task that we must do. Did you understand, ma'am? Similarly, in this second example, can you read this one, please?
She will come back this evening.
Yes. Here, will is verb, helping verb. And this has to be picked. It should be written here. Will, yeah, subject is used after verb. What is the subject? She. Will she? Rest of the sentences as it is. It doesn't have to be changed. Come back
Back
this
this evening.
evening. It's not a statement. So keeping full stop will become a mistake. Then I must have to delete this and use a question mark.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you are going to make rest of the sentences.
Yes.
Now, you are angry.
Are you angry?
Well, fantastic. Number 4, they have arrived.
Arrived. Have they arrived?
Excellent. Have they arrived? Question mark. And we can start now.
Can we start now?
Excellent. This is the question. That is usage. And the boys will leave soon.
Will the boys leave soon?
Fantastic. Again, at the end, we need to keep a question mark. 7. They were late yesterday.
Were they late yesterday?
Good. Number 8. She has finished her work.
Has he finished her work?
Excellent. Every time we bring this verb form to before the subject, and subject is placed in the verb place. That's it. And that will automatically become a question. How is it? It is, isn't it? Last one. He is very clever.
Is he very clever?
Fantastic. What else is needed for you? Now, I'll give you 2 minutes and quickly finish writing down all the questions. Don't write the statements. You can see the statements here. I have done 2 sentences for you, and you do already have said, make questions, okay, with numbers. The time starts now. Let me keep the time for you. Yeah, 2 minutes. It starts now.
రాయాలా సార్?
యా, ఇక్కడ మనకి ఇవన్నీ స్టేట్మెంట్లు కదా మేడం.
ఆ,
నేను క్వశ్చన్ రాస్తా దీనికి. మనం అదే ఇప్పుడు మేకింగ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అంటే స్టేట్మెంట్ కి క్వశ్చన్ తయారు చేయడం. దట్ ఈస్ ద టాస్క్.
ఓన్లీ
క్వశ్చన్స్
మేకింగ్ క్వశ్చన్స్.
అంతే. దీన్ని మీరు చూస్తారు, ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్ రాస్తారు. మీరు క్వశ్చన్స్ రాయండి చాలు.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్. రాయాలా సార్ అని అంటే ఇంగ్లీష్ లో
Should I have to write?
ఐ హ్యావ్ టు రైట్.
Yes. Should I have to write the statements and questions too? స్టేట్మెంట్లు క్వశ్చన్లు రాయాలా? My answer will be no. All you have to do is just make questions
ఓకే
based on the statements. Set, ma'am.
సార్. 7 completed సార్.
Please go ahead.
Finished it సార్.
Fantastic. Now, it's 12 o'clock exactly. Our time is also over. So, you just practice the questions. I'll make the, statements. I'll ask you now, well, can you please respond? You can weigh these letters based on the statement. నాకు మీరు క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పండి quick గా. We can finish this talk now. You can weigh these letters.
Can you weigh these letters? Will she come back?
this evening?
Are you angry?
No, I will ask you statement. Give me
Okay, sir.
statement and make the question. She will come back this evening.
Will she come back this evening?
You are angry.
Are you angry?
They have arrived.
Have they arrived?
We can start now.
Can we start now?
The boys will leave soon.
Will the boys leave soon?
They were late yesterday.
Were they late yesterday?
She has finished her work.
Has she finished her work?
He's very clever.
Is he very clever?
Fantastic. So please, the title here, making questions. You have made questions. That's over. Oral drills. Oral drill means you have to learn by heart. Learn all the questions and you should not take a look at your notebook, okay? That's not nice. And when you can do independently, your language naturally comes. You will be able to make questions. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
The third thing is see presentation. You can present it tomorrow also. Tomorrow for 5 minutes, I'll give the time. 3 tasks. This is partially kind of homework for you for presentation. You can give all the sentences. So 3 tasks for you. And yes, we are done with the topic today. Today it is 12 o'clock, 2 minutes, just 2 minutes past.
Oh, okay, okay.
Something here. Can you read this?
Proverb. As you make your bed, you must be in it.
You must lie. Lie అంటే పడుకోవడం. అంటే what is
Lie. Everyone must be
must
Bear.
bear. Bear అంటే భరించవలసి ఉంటుంది.
must bear the consequence of his or own acts.
ప్రతి వ్యక్తి తాను చేసినటువంటి పనులకు తాలూకు ఫలితాలు తానే అనుభవించవలసి ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ ఫలితాలు అంటే కాన్సిక్వెన్సెస్ కదండి, అవన్నీ కూడా తాను సహించవలసి ఉంటుంది, లేదా అనుభవించవలసి ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఇస్ ది మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. యాజ్ యూ మేక్ యువర్ బెడ్ యూ మస్ట్ లై ఇన్ ఇట్. కెన్ యూ గివ్ ఎ స్టోరీ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ఇట్ బిఫోర్ వి కంక్లూడ్ టుడేస్ టాపిక్, డే టు ఫ్రీ స్పోకెన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ క్లాస్?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Based on this proverb, can you give us a story? How this proverb is so true? Can you please tell me something? ప్రతి వ్యక్తి
Stories.
అనే బాధ్యుడు అని చెప్పడం అనమాట. అని చెప్పడానికి మీ దగ్గర ఏమన్నా కథ ఉందా? దట్స్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్ బిఫోర్ వి లీవ్ దిస్ సెషన్. మీరు చూసినటువంటి వ్యక్తుల్లో కానీ ఇన్ యువర్ లైఫ్, తాను చేసిన గోతులో తానే పడ్డాడు అంటారు చూసారా?
Yeah.
రిలేటెడ్ సామెత ఇది. ప్రొవర్బ్ అంటే సామెత కదండి.
Proverb.
మంచిగా సరే. సమ్ పీపుల్ టేక్ గుడ్ డెసిషన్స్. మంచి వయసులో ఉన్నప్పుడు మంచి నిర్ణయాలు తీసుకుంటారు. డబ్బు దాసే విషయం కానివ్వండి, అలాగే పిల్లల చదువు విషయం కానివ్వండి, వాళ్ళ కెరీర్ విషయం కానివ్వండి, దాని ఫలాలు అద్భుతంగా ఉంటాయి. చెడ్డ నిర్ణయాలు తీసుకున్న వాళ్ళు ఫలాలు ఆ నిష్పత్తులు వస్తుంటాయి.
ఘోరంగా ఉంది.
టెల్ మీ వన్ స్టోరీ అండ్ ఐ విల్ ఫినిష్. ఐ విల్ వెయిట్ ఫర్ యూ ఇన్ వన్
ఇంగ్లీష్ లో చెప్పాలా సార్? ఇంగ్లీష్ లో చెప్పాలా?
బికాస్ యూ వాంట్ టు లెర్న్ స్పోకెన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ కదా.
యా.
అంటే మీ యొక్క స్పీకింగ్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ని పెంచడం కోసం నేచురల్ గా.
కరెక్ట్.
Yeah, please speak with this concept.
ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ మీద అయితే ఏమీ రావట్లేదు సార్.
One who has succeeded in life because of his decisions. For example, your sister Rosha, she, taken a decision to become a homeo doctor. She must be successful now in Chirala. Similarly, your son, he is in Navy.
యా.
Whose decision was it? Must be his father's. Later, you might have supported. I think your son could have
పేరెంట్స్ సపోర్ట్ సార్.
fantastic. తల్లిదండ్రుల సహకారంతోనే అతను ఆ స్థాయికి వెళ్ళాడని నేను అనుకుంటాను. Isn't it? అట్లా మనం చేసే మంచి పనికి అంటే మంచి విత్తు నాటితే దాని ఫలం మంచిగా వస్తుంది కదండి.
కరెక్ట్.
అది చెడ్డ విత్తనం పనికి మాలింది అయితే అది ఆ నిష్పత్తిలో ఉంటుంది కదా. అట్లాగే యాజ్ యూ మేక్ యువర్ బెడ్ యూ మస్ట్ లై ఇన్ ఇట్. నువ్వు ఒక నిర్ణయం తీసుకుంటే దాని నిర్ణయంలో వచ్చేటువంటి ఫలితాలు నువ్వే అనుభవించవలసి ఉంటుంది అనేటువంటిది ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. వీ కెన్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్, వీ కెన్ కనెక్ట్ ఇట్ విత్ ఎనీ పర్సన్, ఎనీబడి లైఫ్, వెదర్ గుడ్ ఆర్ బ్యాడ్. దట్స్ ఇట్. Maybe you can get ready with a story on this proverb. I will share it on WhatsApp, ma'am. I will share this proverb on WhatsApp and then think of it and write a story and tomorrow you can present it. Will you?
Yes, sir. I will try.
Have a great time and keep learning English and do very well. We shall meet for the next third free spoken English session tomorrow. Until then, take care, ma'am.